Alright, what's going on, guys? Testing, testing, testing. What's going on, team? Give me 1 second. Let me see if everything is working correctly, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Testing, testing. Alright, so Twitter is good. On X, let's test out X. Perfect. Okay. We are live. Let me minimize this and pull up the chats. Hope you guys are doing good. Elijah, what's good, my brother? Welcome to the stream. Good morning, good morning. Alright, so first thing is first, we're going to go through the pairs. We're going to calculate the STP. We're going to see how many pips pairs already moved overnight. Again, usually Mondays, right? Pairs love to move super early during Asia and London sessions. So we'll start from the top of the bottom again. We're going to go through the pairs that we look at during the isolation session and our weekly market breakdown. That's the ones that you see with the red flags. That's going to be AU, EA, ECAD, EU, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US 30, USD CAD, USD ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. So we'll start from the top to the bottom. So AU, ADR is 51, STP is 34, Euro AUD 95 pips is ADR, or is ADR. STP is 63, perfect. We don't have to change that. Euro CAD 66 is ADR, STP is 44. Euro USD 40 pips is STP. Mohammed, what's good, my brother? Welcome to the stream, Great Rising. GA 70 pips is STP. We already did 71. Or no, 71 was last week. Sorry, bugging. 70 GCAD 68 pips is ADR. STP is 45. This one is gonna be interesting, it looks like. GJ, oh, was there news for GBP pairs that I'm not aware of? Let's see this real quick. That's a crazy red candle we just had there. What time is it? 6:15. We had Euro news at 6:10, and we had low impact GBP news at 6. So weird that we just had a 114 pip candle just out of nowhere at 6 a.m. Okay, no problem. So 144 is ADR. STP is 96. So we already know STP ADR for GJ is already done. So GBP clearly doing what we did yesterday on the 101. Yep, literally. Right. That's why market structure is dude, like I'm telling you, market structure is gonna be the easiest thing to learn, and it's the most important thing to learn as well. Right? Without market structure, you have no clue. Right? If you're a trader trading without learning market structure, you're trading blindly. Right? It's like you're trading with a blindfold on, and you're just guessing what price is gonna do. So yeah, GBP beautiful. US 30, 345 is ADR. STP is 231. Looks like it's gonna be a slow morning for us already. I could already tell with a lot of these pairs already kind of did STP and ADR, but it's all good. We'll continue to monitor it. 55 is ADR. STP is 36. USD ZAR 236 is ADR. STP is 158. Where's my STP marker for this? Gold 350, 234. Bitcoin, we are at 181. It's 121. This one already did what I had to do too. Went back to the low consolidation, exactly what we talked about yesterday too on Bitcoin. Right, we're looking for a break. Once we got that break, look for the retest, and it continued lower low, lower high, retest of the previous lower low, and it continued back down to the low of consolidation. Right back down to the zone of consolidation that we're in. So Bitcoin is also moving really nicely. We have 2 weeks of drop. This week being the third week, we're looking for that new low. Price already gave us that push to the bottom. Can't ask for better structure than that. And then oil, we have 158 as ADR. STP is 105. So price is still moving sideways. We're still in the zone of consolidation. So now that we know what STP is, right? Second thing we're gonna do, let's look for our 4-hour candle. Opened up bearish, right? And now we want to see how many pips did this do already. Out of 34 pips STP, we did 30, so that one we will continue to look at it. Euro AUD, 63 pips is STP. We did 55 or 53. We know we're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Right, all of this is part of the same trend, right? This is one where I was saying I'm not gonna mark this as lower low, lower high all the way to lower low. We'll say all of this is part of the same trend. We're trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high, and price finally broke above this high. Right, we've been counter trending for about 2 weeks now, continuing the lower lows and lower highs. And today's the first day where we have a higher high change of character. So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute high that hasn't been set yet and the same 30-minute low. Right, price did exactly what we talked about yesterday too. So Euro AUD, at this point, if we get a pullback, then we'll be looking for our entries here. Zooming in, I want to see if we have an engulfing candle anywhere. Nothing valid in the 4, nothing in the 1, nothing in the 30, and nothing in the 15. Okay. No problem. Go on to the next one, Euro CAD. Still trading lower low, lower high, all the way back down to the lower low. So we're still trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. First thing I want to see before I enter a trade is I want to see a change of character. 44 pips is STP. We already did 44. So Euro CAD we're going to turn off. Euro USD. We know that this engulfing candle, right, not a valid one. We had it drawn now so we could show you guys exactly what it is, right? But why is it not valid? Not only are we at the bottom of the zone, right, from the previous pushes, but this is going counter, right? Euro USD going down is moving counter trend. We know that the overall market makers pattern, we're in an uptrend, we're in V1, we're in the first zone of consolidation, and we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Right, so we're getting ready to start looking for our safety trades to continue the push to the top side. We have in the 4-hour, we already have 3 weeks of drop. So this week, right? We're looking for price to either give us a no net or we're looking for this week a rise. So now going back into the 30-minute. All right, let's clear this up. Sorry, I did a few one-on-ones yesterday and I just completely forgot to update my charts. Forgot to clean them up after. Right, so 40 pips is STP. We already did 50, so we already know this is not a pair we're going to be looking at for today. But it's all good. Right, we'll continue to monitor Euro USD. Either way, before I enter a trade, what are we looking at? Right, we have higher in the internal time frame. We know we're trading between higher high, higher low, higher high. Price broke, right? And we know that now we're trading between this lower low and this high, right? We know we're trading between here to here. So what do I want to see before I enter a trade? I want to see price continuing the higher highs and the higher lows before entering a trade here. Entering a trade here going long, we're still trading between the high and the lower low. So could these pushes to the top side be lower high to continue to make lower lows? Right? So we have to wait for that external shift to be able to start trading Euro USD effectively. So Euro USD not only did it do STP, but we're still making lower lows. So I am going to shut this one off as well. GA 70 pips is STP. We did 55. We're still trading between lower low, lower high. All of this is part of the same trend. Lower low. Still haven't given us a change, but we'll continue to look at this if anything. GCAD still moving sideways, still trading between lower low, lower high, lower low in the zone of consolidation. If we could break above the zone of consolidation, let's zoom this in a little bit. If we could break above the zone of consolidation, then we know we'll start looking for price to push up to the top side. GJ, we already know we could turn that off. STP is 96. We already did 124. Thank you, GJ. We'll come again. I wanna update this 4-hour high. We know that we're now trading. We had the 4-hour break that gave us this 4-hour high. I'm sorry, we had this 4-hour break that gave us this 4-hour low, and the 4-hour high that we're trading in is now this one here. Last green candle before the push up. And in the daily time frame, I'm not gonna update it yet, but we know that we're still trading between the low and the high that's gonna be set up here. We have no engulfing candles in the 4, nothing in the daily, nothing in the 1 hour, nothing in the 30. We're still trading higher high, higher low, back to the higher high. So we know that even in the 30-minute now we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. But GJ will turn it off. Let's continue to the next ones real quick. GU 44 pips is STP. We already did 41 and price is giving us a pullback now. So for GU, right? So what do we want to see for GU before we enter a trade? Right? We know that we're trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high. So we know that price is still giving us lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows. Right? The early trade that was giving during Asia London session, right? 3:30 London session, is we had internal, we zoom in, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, right? And then price gave us this little pullback, this little break and retest to continue. So if you're trading GU during Asia session, if you're awake during this time, you know you could take this trade here to continue this push to the top side straight to STP, right? And if you would have taken this trade, you would already be a pip or two away from your take profit. So now that we've already missed this trade, no problem, I'm not going to rush into it. Why are we not going to rush into it? Because again, we understand that we're still trading between lower low, lower high, and lower low. So I'm gonna wait for the external shift to continue to look at GU. Right, so GU, we're gonna skip this one, go on to the next one real quick. US 30, we'll look at this during NYC, so a little closer to NYC. But we know we're in a zone of consolidation, we broke above again. We still know we're trading between higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. '21 candle, we opened up bearish. And 231 pips is STP. We pretty much kind of already did that, right? Yeah. We did 234. So US 30. I'll monitor back when we get closer to NYC, but at this point, we already did the move for the day. Right? USD CAD, same thing. Right? When we're looking at USD CAD overall in the daily time frame, we know we're in V2. We know we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. But what do we know about USD CAD? Right now, not only are we at the top of the zone of the overall consolidation, but if we go down to the lower time frame, we go to the 4-hour, we know that price is again just consolidating, moving sideways. We rejected the highs again, started to push down to the bottom, lower low, lower high, to where we're at now, lower low. We have 2 weeks of counter drop. Going into the 30-minute, you can see that the lower lows and the lower highs in the 4-hour time frame, you can see them a lot clearly here in the 30-minute. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high to where we're at now. So we already know that this engulfing candle was not going to be a valid one due to the fact that we're still trading in the lower lows and the lower highs, right? And this goes for the same thing with every strategy, right? If you have a fair value gap, you know, a bullish fair value gap, or an order block, or a double bottom, or a bullish flag post pattern, and price is still giving you lower lows and lower highs, that doesn't mean that you're going to lose a trade because of probabilities. You're going to lose the trade because market structure is still giving you lower lows and lower highs. Now, if USD CAD would have given us lower low, lower high, lower low, and then it would have given us a higher high, and then would have given us this pullback, this trade would have been valid and we would have been looking for something like this to happen. But the fact that price continued to make lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high into the lower low is why this engulfing candle doesn't work, right? Outside of the engulfing candle, this is why the double bottoms don't work. This is why the fair value gaps that are here that doesn't work, right? I hope that makes sense, guys. If you're looking to go long on a pair, you have to make sure that price is giving you lower. If you want to go long, you want to make sure that price is giving you higher highs and higher lows. So with that being said, we had lower low, lower high. We broke below this low, so we know that we're trading now between this lower high here and whichever lower low is set. We're gonna update this here. Again, if you guys have any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. Right now what we're doing, we're just updating our charts, right, to see what price did overnight. Right now I'm not looking for any entries. Again, I'm just looking at what price did while we were sleeping to see what's left for us on the table to be able to trade. So USD CAD, not only are we still moving counter trend, right, but 36 pips is STP. We already did 37. So USD CAD, we're not gonna look at that for today. USD ZAR, 158 pips is STP. We already did 209. So we already know this is another pair that currently we had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, but then price went back down and gave us a lower low. So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows. So what I'm looking for is for ZAR to continue to push to the top side so we could start trading going long. We know that USD ZAR, similar to USD CAD, we're in V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top. So right now we just gotta wait for the market shift. Right, in the daily time frame, we're still making lower lows and lower highs. In the 4 hour time frame, we're still making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And in the 30-minute, we're still making lower lows and lower highs. So until we don't start seeing higher highs and higher lows, we cannot enter these trades. So USD ZAR, not only are we still making lower lows and lower highs, but the STP, the ADR for the day, has already been hit. So there's no more juice left for us on the table. Gold, right? Exactly what we talked about too, right? Little picture perfect, picture perfect. Exactly what we drew out yesterday. Let me delete some of these drawings here for you guys so it could be a little bit more clean. I don't know where any of these drawings are for. I don't want to mess up the charts that I have. Hold on. No, I need that. I think that might be a daily time frame. Nope. Whatever. We'll draw it again, the things that are important. Okay. So, in gold, real quick, let's look at where we're at. So in the daily time frame, we know we're in peak high territory. We zoom in, we know that while price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows and higher highs, price is just kind of moving sideways. Right, so this is what we had drawn here. We know that we're moving sideways between this low and this high. In the 4-hour time frame, right, we can see that a lot clearly. We're rejecting the highs, going to the bottom, rejecting the lows, going to the top, rejecting the highs, going back down to the bottom, giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, rejecting the bottoms at the lows, then going back to the top side. We don't have any continuations in the week. We had a week of no net last week, right? Let's update this real quick to see. Remember, this is a candle that was super close. So did it end up giving us a no net? Nope, it gave us a week of drop. So we have a week of drop last week. We have no continuations. In the 30-minute time frame, we can see that price, right? Let's zoom out just a little bit, right? We're trading lower low, lower high, lower low. Price gave us this high, gave us the break, that gave us this high and this lower low. So we know that we're trading between the lower low and the high. Price went up, rejected to break above these highs, gave us a zone of consolidation, broke below it. The fact that it broke below our zone of consolidation and it gave us this imbalanced candles over here, we already know that we'll most likely be looking for a 23.6 to a 38.2 fib retracement. And if we add our fib to it, right, between 23.6 and 38.2 is where I'm expecting price to give us a pullback to continue the downtrend push. Now, could gold just completely turn back around and go back up to fill these imbalanced candles before continuing to push down to the bottom? It could happen. But right now we got to be patient. We have no confirmations. I want to go up to the higher time frames. Do we have any engulfing candles? Alright, nothing in the daily time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, we're looking for red greens, right? Nothing here. In the 1 hour, excuse me. In the 1 hour time frame, no engulfing candles here either. And in the 30-minute, nothing here. So gold, we will be patient with this one as well. 4-hour candle is bullish. STP hasn't been hit yet for gold, so this is one we'll continue to look at. Bitcoin already did ADR, so we're gonna skip this one for now. We're still making lower lows and lower highs. And oil, 105 is STP. We did 92. But what do we know? We're still trading on oil between higher high and higher low. All of this is part of the same trends, right? So we know that we're trading between this higher low and this higher high. And right now we're in the middle of those zones. We understand that the middle of the zones, the fact that we're just moving sideways in a zone of consolidation, we know that this is where the market makers are collecting contracts, right? Making everybody believe that this is still making lower low, lower high, lower low, Could price completely turn around now and hit those people stop losses? Going short, 100%. Um, right, even internal structure, we could see a little shift here in the market, lower low, lower low, higher high. How many people do you think are in these buys here? So you have the traders going short here, thinking that this is lower low, lower low, that this is a break and a retest. And then you have the internal, right, the 1 minute, the 5 minute traders who think that this is a market shift and getting all this retest buying in. So again, this is why price is just moving sideways. It's trapping traders, just squeezing traders out. So we won't be trading oil until we get clean directions as to where price wants to go. Right? Overall on oil anyway, we know that we're in an overall market makers pattern downtrend. We're in A1, we're in the first zone of consolidation in a downtrend. We have 2 months of drop, this month being the third month. Price went down, gave us a new low already, and then started the uptrend push. So it's already giving me an indicator that next month, right, we only have a few more days left for this month, we're going to be expecting that push back down to the bottom. Right, we have 2 weeks of rise. This week, right, or the end of last week, price started moving sideways. That's giving us, right, it's letting us know that, hey, price isn't ready to start moving yet. So what are we looking for? We're either going to look for price to continue these pushes to the top side, or we're going to be looking for price to continue these pushes to the down to the upside up here and then the downside down here. Right now we got to be patient with it. Price is just moving sideways, just trapping traders, making everybody believe what they want to believe. So oil, we'll keep an eye on it since STP hasn't been hit yet either. So that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs to look at for the rest of the day today. So let's start back at the top side. So AU, again, 34 pips is STP. We did 30, but we'll continue to monitor. So let's start from the top on AU. So AU, we know we're in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation in a downtrend, looking for that third push to the bottom. Price right now is at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, just moving sideways, right? It's giving us this little zone of consolidation that we see here, right? At the top of the zone of consolidation, you can see that price has rejected these highs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times. Going into the 4-hour, right, we have that external zone of consolidation, and internally we also have a zone of consolidation. We have this small zone right here where again price is rejecting the lows, rejecting the highs, going back down to the middle, rejecting the highs again, going back down to the bottom, rejecting the lows, reject the highs, reject lows, reject highs. So right now we have no clear direction as to where price is going. Now in the 30-minute, we had 3 days of rise. On the third day, got a rise drop, but this is at the top of the zone, so we're not expecting that 4-day variation. Price then gave us a day of drop, ended on Friday with 2 days of drop, and gave us a new low already today. Still following the internal lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So then whatever price is going to do now. If price wants to give us this lower high here to continue to push down to the bottom, then that's what we'll be looking for. But what do we want to see before we enter a trade, right? Do we have any engulfing candles? Nothing in the 4-hour, nothing in the 1-hour, nothing in the 30. Okay, no problem. What do we also want to look for? Keep it simple. We don't have an engulfing candle. What are we looking for in level 3 in a downtrend? We're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA. The fact that price we're still above the 50 EMA, no problem. We'll wait for price to go below. We'll wait for price to change what it's doing today, right? Today we're still making internal lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and it gave us a higher high. You can see that, right? We had internal lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and it wasn't until this push that gave us a higher high. So we need to wait for price to turn back around and give us lower lows and lower highs and lower lows and lower highs before we enter a trade. Because if we enter a trade, I'll give you the example again. Even though we're looking for shorts, this is where the shift happened, right? How many traders do you think are trading this right now on AU, right? And vice versa. Lower low, lower high, lower low, right? I'm sorry, this is all part of the same trend, right? Lower low. How many traders do you think are trading this here, this little just retracement, this pullback? How many traders do you think are in these trades going short, going down, right? So we have to wait for that shift to let us know that, okay, price is going to continue this push down to the bottom side. And right now, we got to be patient. We have to wait for that to happen. So AU, we'll continue to monitor it. EA already did STP, I'm pretty sure. 63 pips. So EA, we'll turn that off. I thought I already did that. GA, GBP AUD. Let's go back into the daily time frame. My bad again. I was doing one-on-one sessions yesterday. I completely forgot to turn these drawings off. Okay. So GA, we know we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation in an uptrend, looking for that third push to the top side. What do we see with price? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. In the lower high, price gave us a zone of consolidation, and price broke below that zone of consolidation, which we can see in the 4-hour time frame. Right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. In the lower low here, it gave us a zone of consolidation, broke, gave us a retest, went back to the top, gave us a fake breakout, a fake break of structure, making everybody believe that this is a break of structure to continue the push to the top side, right? Which is again a sweep of the highs, and it gave us a zone of consolidation in that. It broke below the zone of consolidation and continued lower low, lower high. We have 2 weeks of counter drop going against the trend. So now in the 30-minute time frame, we can see that too. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, all the way back down to the bottom, lower low. So we know that we're still trading between the lower lows and the lower highs of these 30-minute highs up here and these 30-minute lows. And again, you guys know I do not trade going against the trend. If the overall market maker's pattern is uptrending, I'm only looking for longs. So what do we need to wait for to be able to trade this pair? I want to see price break above our 30-minute highs. Right? Not only that, just looking at what price is doing today. Right? Internally from Friday to today, we had lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price gave us a slight higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low to where we're at now. Right? We need to wait for either price to break these highs here to continue, or this is where price is going to give us something like this to turn back around and go back down. So right now we have to be patient. Our GA is not in the best spot right now to take a trade. So we'll wait it out and we'll see what price wants to do. GCAD, right? Price is just moving sideways. We know that. Let's go to the daily time frame. GCAD, we know we're in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation in an uptrend, right? In the first zone of consolidation, we finally broke above it. So that means now that we're in level 2. In level 2, we know we want to see price bounce off the 200 EMA. So could we be expecting, now that price gave us a break of structure, after a break of structure, what are we expecting? A pullback. Could we be expecting a steeper pullback into the 200 EMA before we continue to push to the top side? Absolutely. In the 4-hour time frame, we can see that price is still giving us the internal higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, and gave us a higher high. And right now we are in the higher low. We have 2 weeks of counter drop where price gave us the movements back down to the bottom, giving us internal higher high, higher low, higher high, and then went down and gave us a lower low just now. Right? In this third week of low that we have, price is again just moving sideways. It's looking like something like this. And in the 30-minute time frame, not only are we making currently lower lows and lower highs in the daily, but we're making lower lows and lower highs in the full hour. And in the 30-minute, we're making lower lows and lower highs. So again, before we enter a trade here, what do we want to see? Going long, we want to start seeing a shift in market structure, right? We want to continue to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. And we're currently still making lower lows and lower highs. And here at the lower low, we're in this zone of consolidation. So what do we want to see? We want to see either price break these highs, right, to continue the push to the top side, or this is where price is going to turn back around and go down. If that's what happens, all good. We'll wait for price to do what it has to do, and we'll enter whenever price wants to start giving us these higher highs and higher lows. Gold, I think we did gold already, right? Daily time frame, we're in peak high territory, still making higher high, higher low, higher high. But we know that we're in a zone of consolidation within those higher highs and higher lows. In the 4-hour time frame, this is where you can see price just moving sideways, rejecting the highs, reject lows, reject highs, reject lows, back to the top side. Right, and what I want to see is an engulfing candle. We have 2 hours for this 4-hour candle to close. We don't have no engulfings in the daily. The 4-hour, this could be a valid engulfing candle. We'll just have to wait for that 4-hour candle to close in 2 hours. In the 1-hour time frame, we don't have any engulfing candles. In the 30-minute time frame, we do not have any any imbalance or any engulfing candles. Nothing in the 15-minute either. So we'll wait this one out. We'll see what price wants to give us in a few hours for gold. Looks like during NYC session is when this wants to start moving. And then again, oil, we have to wait for that market shift. Right, we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation, so we'll just turn this one off. So the pairs that we have left for today, guys, that look the best to trade: gold, GA, GCAD, and AU. So at this moment, pretty much every single pair, we're in a standstill. Everything gave us entries super early, right, in the session, again during London or Asia session. So now for the NYC session, we just gotta wait for it to start, right? It's 7 a.m. NYC session starts at 9:30. So we'll most likely start looking for entries at around 8:15, 8:30, and we'll go on from there and we'll see what price wants to do. But any questions? Any of you guys have any questions? Anything you guys want me to go over again? Anything you want me to explain? Any pairs that you guys want me to go over? Let me know. If not, we'll just be here. We'll wait for price to do what it has to do, and then we'll see what happens today. We waiting for confirmations for BTC. Well, BTC already for today, price already gave us, it already made over 181 pips for the ADR, right? I know you're new, so we haven't gone over the ADR yet. But the ADR, which is this tool that you see on the top right hand side, right? ADR. This is the average daily range, right? This is how many pips an estimate of how many pips price is gonna move on a day-to-day basis. So for Bitcoin, right, we already did over what the ADR is, which is 181 pips, and we already did over what the STP, the safe take profit. So the fact that price already gave us, it already moved all the way down to what ADR is gonna be. What else are we gonna be waiting for Bitcoin to do, right? The example I'll give you, if you go to the grocery store and they only have 50 apples and they already ran out of the 50 apples and they tell you, hey, we don't have any left, are you going to continue to ask people who are working there, hey, do you have any more apples? Or are you just going to come back the next day whenever they restock, right? You'll come back the next day when they have more. And then you'll go and you'll try to get, the apples again tomorrow. So, that's the best analogy I could give you. The fact that Bitcoin already gave us, right, pretty much all the pairs that we had on that we turned off, what we were looking for with the ADR and the STP. If price already gave us what STP is, especially if price already gave us the ADR for the day, which again, Bitcoin moves 181 pips in one day. The fact that we already did 276, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to move anymore. If you notice it, anytime price gives you STP or ADR, look how price reacts. Right? So last week, right, this is on Friday. I don't remember what STP was, but it was, I think STP was like 152 or something like that. Price ended up giving us 170 pips. Right? At the end of the day, what did price do? It started consolidating because that's it. There's no more moves left for the day. And that happens every single time, right? Anytime we do ADR, right, which was this entire move, which was on Thursday, what ended up happening at the end of the day? That's it. At 10 a.m., right? This is NYC session already. From 10 a.m. all the way to 5 p.m., price just started moving sideways, right? Every single time, and that goes for every pair. So I'm not looking to trade Bitcoin today. We already did ADR, we did STP. It already gave us what we know is gonna do, so we have to wait this one out now. We tapped at the bottom of the range, so do we look for long? So again, for me personally, I don't trade going both ways, right? So we understand right now that for Bitcoin, we are looking for long still. This is still in an uptrend pattern. Right now, we're pretty much in peak high territory, right? We know we had push number 1, first zone consolidation, push number 2, the second zone consolidation, and push number 3, right? Push number 3, now we're looking for price to either turn around, give us, there's a whole bunch of things that could happen here at the top of consolidation. It could be a shoulder head shoulder pattern, it could be a double top, or it could be price consolidating. So at this point, what we have to wait for is for price to either give us a break of structure of these lows to now continue the downtrend push, or I'm gonna look for the rejections of the lows, but that's gonna be here in the 30-minute time frame. For me to continue, for me to start looking for longs, what do we need to see? Right, just like every other pair. If right now Bitcoin, right, let's start from the top to the bottom. Bitcoin in the daily time frame is giving us lower highs and lower lows. In the 4-hour time frame, price is giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? And in the 30-minute time frame, price is giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, all the way down here to the lower low. What are we looking for before we could enter a trade going long? I'll give you a minute to answer the question. If you don't know the answer, it's okay. But I'll give you a minute. Before we enter the trade going long, what do we want to see? Remember, the daily time frame is making lower lows and lower highs. The 4-hour time frame is giving us lower lows and lower highs. The 30-minute is giving us lower lows and lower highs. What do we want to see before we could enter a trade going up to the top side? Right? What do we want to see? break to the upside, exactly. Right? We want to start seeing the lower lows and lower highs turn into the higher highs and higher lows. So, same example that I gave you yesterday for GU, right? We could see lower lows and lower highs. But before we could continue to see, right, for price to continue going short, right, the way that how you were explaining the charts, before you could enter these trades to continue going down, we need to continue to see this break of the lows. If we don't get a break of the lows, then what do we need to see? For us to enter these trades going long, we need to see that shift. We need to see that break to the upside. Once we get that break to the upside with the retest, that's when we could enter a trade, right? So it's the same thing for Bitcoin. Before I could even enter a trade on Bitcoin going long, what do I want to see, right? If price gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, if it starts doing something like this is when we'll start getting into these trades to continue the push to the top side. Rejection on the bottom. Yep, exactly. And right now we don't have that. Right now we still have strong candles. Again, not only did we already do the ADR for the day, but price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. So AU right now is still looking like it wants to push up. GA, rejection of the highs here, so we still gotta wait it out. GCAD, again, same thing, rejection of these highs, so we still don't have any valid entries. And gold, same thing, we're in the same spot. So we'll continue to monitor this. Again, any other questions, any other pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, then it's gonna be a pretty slow stream for us today, pretty slow day, right? A lot of pairs already moved. A lot of pairs already did what they needed to do. So at this point we just have to wait for the NYC session to start in about 2 hours to see if we could to see if we could take a trade. Clearly understood. Alright, perfect. And it goes for everybody, man. If anybody has any questions, anything that doesn't make sense, let me know and I'll try to explain everything again the best way possible. Go into my trading view highlight. Everything you showed, boss, was impactful. Yeah, man, and make sure you guys take notes again, especially for the new traders. Take notes, especially whenever we do any drawings on the screen, consolidations, the engulfing candles, anything like that. Make sure you guys take the notes Again, the best thing about these streams that there's after they're done, they're uploaded automatically. I don't know if X is uploaded. I'm not sure if anybody could go back and watch the streams on X. But if you're watching here on YouTube, the best thing about these streams that they're uploaded, and you could go back and watch as many times as you want. So, if there's something that you guys don't understand, you guys could always go back to the stream, rewatch it. Again, we do the free one-on-one sessions in the Discord, right? Which I'll post the Discord link now, actually. So if you guys ever have any questions or need more information, something that you didn't understand, you could always hit me up, request a one-on-one session. So, it's a lot of information. I'm not one of those traders that's gonna sit here and tell you that this is easy, and that you're gonna understand it in 2 weeks, and then in your first month you're gonna make $1 million. Like, that's not real, right? Anybody that's telling you that is selling you a fake dream, fake advertisement, and they should all go to jail. So, you know, trading is what it is, right? If it was so easy to trade, everybody would do it, right? Again, is the same analogy that I gave you yesterday in our one-on-one, which is, a surgeon, before he could even sit down and open up a patient, right? How many times did he have to practice? Not only practice, but how many years of med school did he go to? How many years of regular, university to learn all the information he needs to learn? How many years of knowledge do these surgeons have, right? How many trials did they have to do before they could even start to dissect a human? Is the same thing with the charts. You're dissecting the charts. You have to be able to see market structure in the daily time frames. You have to be able to see it in the 4-hour time frames. And then you're piecing it together and then looking at it in the 30-minute time frame. And with all that knowledge that you have, right, learning consolidations, learning flag post patterns, learning candlestick analysis, like, you're not going to learn all of that in 2 weeks. It's not realistic, right? So give me one second, let me drink some water. So, and again, that's a common misconception that a lot of people have just with life in general. It doesn't matter what you do, and I'm pretty sure if, it was the same thing with gaming, right? It's the same thing if you're a gamer and you're competing. Everybody around you is like, "Oh, you haven't made it yet?" It's like, "Bro, you go do a sport. You go want to play professional, American football or soccer, right? Or any sport, tennis, right? How many years of practice did you have before you even won your first tournament, right? How many years of practice did you have before you won your first game? How many years of practice did it take for you to become a professional in the sport? It's the same thing in life. Right? Everybody always wants things to happen overnight, and that's just not real. I've never met anybody that's a professional that has told me, "Oh yeah, I made it in 6 months." It's just not real. You go and you ask any real trader, anybody who's really successful in trading, how long did it take for them to be even profitable, right? You go ask Q Banks, you go ask Drew, right, the guy who trades GJ. You go ask any of these guys who are top traders at this point. They're gonna tell you the same come up story. Working a regular job, it took me 7, 8 years to be profitable, and look where I'm at now, making $100,000 per trade. Like, that's the truth. It's not. It's you'll never hear somebody say, "Oh yeah, I'm a successful trader, and because of ICT, it took me 2 weeks to learn how to trade." Like, that's not real. That's not real at all. So again, make sure you guys take notes, rewatch the streams if you have any questions, do the one-on-one sessions, ask questions. Don't be scared to ask questions. Take accountability. Right? There's a whole bunch of things when it comes to trading that's just, there's a lot that we could teach, but a lot of it too has to do with psychology, right? Being able to be patient with the trades, right? Just how we're doing now. Like, we just went over all the pairs that we go over. We eliminated the ones that already are done for the day, and the ones that aren't done, but we're just not in a position to take a trade. What are we gonna do? Just gonna take a trade because we're bored? Like, again, this isn't a casino. This isn't gambling, right? If I'm bored at a casino, I could just take out a $20 bill and go put it in a slot machine. Or I could go play poker or go play blackjack, right? At a chance to win $20, right? Trading isn't like that. If you start treating trading like gambling, where, oh, I'm bored, I'm just gonna enter buy or enter sell, what are you gonna do, right? What are we doing at that point? So focus on, again, just being patient, waiting for the things that we have to wait for, and that's it, man. That's all it takes. Euro USD was beautiful last night. A beauty. So GCAD still pushing back down again. GA opened with a little gap. That's crazy. Gold in the same spot. AU in the same spot. Okay. No problem. No problem. We'll continue to wait. Still in the same spot, guys. Still gotta wait it out. Alright, so we can see gold started to push back up to the top side. Right, so again, understanding why these trades were too early of trades to get in allowed us to not take a loss. So we'll continue to wait for it. These other pairs, starting at GCAD, we're still in the same spot, just moving sideways. Don't have any confirmation of what price wants to do. GA, same thing. Still don't have any confirmations of what price wants to do. And AUD USD, the exact same thing we've been doing, right? We still don't have any confirmation as to what price wants to do. Again, does price want to use this internal structure to give us the push back to the top side? Does it want to continue to use the lower low, lower high, lower low, right, to continue the lower highs into the lower lows? We still got to wait it out. So no confirmations, no trades for us just yet. I'm not going to rush into any trades right now. We just got to wait it out and see what price wants to do. GJ gave us an exhaustion candle, a huge exhaustion candle going to the bottom side. And the US 30 already gave us ADR and STP for the day, so I'm not going to focus on US 30 just now. USD ZAR gave us another change of character to the top side. Right now, what does that tell us? Price is just moving sideways. Lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. Then Bitcoin at these lows. So we'll continue to wait it out. Again, any questions you guys have, let me know. Any pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, again, we'll just be waiting for the NYC session to start, and then we'll start looking for other trades. Alright, so what I was looking for here on Bitcoin, right at these lows, I want to see that engulfing candle. We did not get an engulfing candle. Nothing in the 30, nothing in the 15, nothing in the 5 minutes. So Bitcoin, I'm gonna continue to just lay off on it. Gold, still looking for that engulfing candle to happen in the full hour. That could potentially happen, but we still gotta wait an hour for that one. So we'll keep that one on the other screen. GCAD, we're looking for a nice break and retest at the highs. We still don't have that yet. We're still just chilling here at the top. GA, still waiting for a break of structure. None of these candles are breaks yet. We still gotta wait. And AU started that downtrend push, right? So again, we want to wait for our confirmation. And right now it's gonna be once we get that flip. So again, we have no engulfing candles in the 4, nothing in the 1, nothing in the 30. Right? This could still be the internal shift of the higher high going into a higher low. The 5-minute time frame will also tell us that, right? In the 5-minute, we had the break, gave us this high, this low. This high broke, gave us a higher high. So right now we gotta wait this one out as well and wait for a solid confirmation to be able to take these trades. But again, any questions, guys? Anything you guys want me to go over? Let me know. If not, we'll just be waiting here, waiting for price to give us some type of entry, and then we'll start looking for our opportunities. So you guys see why these buys on AU were not valid, right? We've seen that happen before it even happened. Gold, we still got 45 minutes. I wanna again. Gold is in a situation where again we're in a range within a range, right? 30-minute time frame. Gotta wait this one out a little bit, just a little longer, just a little longer. You have a green, green, red, but this is not a valid pattern. Second green candle did not close above the first wick. Nothing in the 15. In the 5-minute, nothing, right? We know that internal structure. We have lower low, lower high, lower low. Price gave us a change of character, higher high. So right now we gotta wait it out. Right, I want to see an engulfing candle in the 5-minute. We have a small engulfing candle here in the 5-minute time frame. Good thing I kind of switched to that. Right. All of these candles are testing, none of them are break of structure. GA might be a pair that we're just gonna have to wait for going into tomorrow. So we could look for these potential buys, right? Again, what we're looking for is not only do we want to see the daily, right, the 30-minute time frame, not only do we want to see today's highs being broken, but we also want to see that shift from lower low, lower high, lower low to give us this higher high. So GA, I'm gonna turn off. We'll look at this back tonight and we'll see it in the isolation session. And GCAD is still just moving sideways, right? Still rejecting the highs, rejecting lows. We have to wait for the same thing, right? We know that we're still trading between lower low, lower high, lower low, but we also know that in this lower low, we have this zone of consolidation. So again, this is where we want to start seeing price turn around and start giving us higher highs and higher lows before we take a trade. So we'll continue to wait on that for GCAD as well. 8:15, we're getting close to the NYC open. So we will continue to monitor these pairs and see if we could take an entry. 15-minute time frame, we have a green, green, red, but it's not a valid engulfing pattern. Green candle doesn't have a bottom wick. Green candle doesn't have a top wick. So this is not a valid engulfing pattern. Bearish engulfing is not valid. In the 5-minute, we had lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price gave us higher high over here. Price did not break above the previous, so we cannot say that this is the low, lower high, lower low. Again, this is just price trapping traders at this point in the middle of this zone that we have, the 30-minute high and the 30-minute low. So AU, I could confidently turn that off. We'll look at it for later tonight. GCAD will continue to look at this, and then gold, we just got to give it a few minutes and see what price wants to do in the zone. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, it's all good. Alright guys, still waiting. We have 5 minutes for 9 a.m. 35 minutes for the NYC Open. We're still waiting for this engulfing. I saw somebody ask, why is this engulfing candle? Why didn't we mark this? Why is it not valid? Again, look at market structure, right? Remember, we just had lower low, lower high, lower low, and price gave us a fake sweep of the highs and gave us a higher high, right? And pushed down. In the push down, it gave us lower low, lower high, engulfing candle in the lower high, and we made a lower low, and price is just consolidating, right? Remember what we were talking about, something we talk about every single time on stream. In a zone of consolidation, when you're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, or when you're in a lower low, if you're in a lower low, right, boom, lower low, and price gives you a double top in a lower low, is price going to continue to go down, or do we need to see a pullback before we could continue to see price go down? Same thing in a zone of consolidation. When you're in a consolidating zone, at the top of the zone of consolidation, if price gives you a double top at the top of the consolidation zone, you know you could take those trades going to the bottom. But if at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, price gives you a double top without giving you a valid break of structure, what do we know, right? We know that price is going to want to come back up and give you that fake out the same way it did here. So this is why this is not a valid engulfing candle, and this is the reason why we have this one marked up here. So we just gotta wait for those confirmations, guys. And you guys have any questions, let me know. Any pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, we'll wait till 9:30. 9:30. If we don't have any opportunities before 9:30 or a little after 9:30, then we'll be done for the day, and we'll be back again tonight at 7 p.m. for the isolation session. You gonna take this trade? I'm gonna wait to see what price wants to do first, right? I don't want to get in too early on this engulfing in the 5 minute. Um, Again, I would have loved to have seen a break of structure of the lows first, and then the push to the top side. Cause right now, what it looks like, right after the engulfing, we got the exhaustion red candle. So the fact that we have an exhaustion red candle and we don't have a break of structure of the low, this could always just turn back around and do something like this, right? Um, on the other hand, the other things that we've been observing since last week is this could still play out as a bearish flag post pattern. So, this is kind of one of those situations where, it's market structure is on our side when it comes to the lower lows and the low highs. The fact that we have the sweep of the highs, it didn't give us a break of structure of the internal lower high. But just basing it on what price is doing right now is not a high probability trade. Um, will I take it? I mean, do I want to take that risk on a Monday to take this trade? I mean, I kind of do, right? I kind of do. But at the same time, it's again going back to the standard of what I was saying this morning, right? Earlier today. We're still in the higher highs and higher lows. We're still in a higher high, higher low. In the 4 hour time frame, we're still same thing, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Price here. Could this be the flip to continue the push to the top side? Um, and then again, the only thing that's really ruining this trade is that exhaustion candle on the left hand side. So we'll see. Would love to take this trade on that retest, but there's the other thing we want to see is the fact that price gave us a fake engulfing candle here, and we could see now in 2 minutes that price could give us another fake engulfing candle here. So right now, price is doing what price does in consolidation, just trapping traders, right? Making people believe that this is where price was gonna give us the break of structure retest to continue the push down, but then it went up, hit everybody's stop loss, made everybody believe at this point that price was going to continue the push to the bottom side, but then it goes right back to the top side. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. Obviously, we still have a little bit of time left to see how this trade plays out, but we'll see. This is one of those trades I would deem as an aggressive trade, right? Taking this entry going short would definitely be an aggressive trade for the day. So if I take it, I'll definitely be taking I'll probably be risking like a 0.2%. Just to not go crazy on the account, you know what I mean? The GCAD finally pushing to the top side, so gold is pretty much the only trade we have left for the day. Got 10 minutes for the NYC Open, 9:30. Give it a few minutes here. Excuse me, guys. After this trading session, I got a meeting real quick, and then we'll go work out. Go start my Monday off right. I hope it doesn't rain, man. It's been raining every single day here for the last like 2 weeks. Supposedly it's gonna start raining at like 12, so I got 3 hours before the rain starts, and then it's gonna rain all week until next week Tuesday. I'm training for a race that's in 2 months, so rain or shine, I'm still gonna go out. Fucking get hit by lightning, you imagine? That'd be crazy. And again, guys, none of these candles at the top of the zone, none of these candles are a break of structure. None of these candles are a break of structure. All of these candles are still touching the zone, right? Touching the zone, went back, touching the zone, went back into the zone, touching the zone. This green candle's touching the zone as well. So none of these candles are considered break of structures yet. So again, we still don't have any break of structures of the lows. We have no break of structures of the highs. price is still just consolidating, just moving sideways. $9.30 should be interesting, right? That's gonna be the volume maker here. We'll see what price wants to do. Pretty sure some good volume is gonna come out of NYC. Is gonna be interesting to look at. Alright. Let's see what price does here. Let's give it a few minutes. We'll give it till 9:30. I don't want to get into this trade super early, right? Because we know once 9:30 hits, we're gonna get some crazy volume. So what I do like about this is the fact that price, this green candle is not a break. It's still testing the zone, right? So now what I want to go into is go into the 1 minute time frame, and I want to start seeing these change of characters, break of structures in the internal time frame if we get that opportunity. Right, so now we have 3 minutes for the NYC open to hit. Again, getting into these trades too early, you see how there's volume. If we get into these sells early, price could always, once 9:30 hits, it could give us a little sweep of the highs and then go down. So we don't want to get into these trades too early. We still want to give it a few seconds here, a few minutes for, again, the 9:30 open to hit, and then we'll start looking for the trades. So let's see what price wants to do here. Alright, boom. If you were to take this engulfing candle so early, you would have already lost your trade. Stop loss would have been hit. So we gotta wait it out. We had a full hour engulfing. Did we get it? Green, green, red. Nope. Closed above and then started to push back to the top side. Cool. So now in the 5 minute, again, this is still a testing candle. But what we want to see now in the next 5 minute candle, which is what we're going to be waiting for, is if price breaks above this candle, then we know price is going to want to continue that uptrend push. Price closes below, then we'll see an engulfing candle here in the 1 minute time frame. Let's see what price wants to do. We have 4 minutes. We'll give the market 4 minutes to make its mind up, to let us know what price wants to do, and then we'll go on from there. Again, if we don't get on any opportunity here on gold, we'll be done for the day, and we'll see you guys again tonight for the isolation session. Alright, so there we go. We got the break of the high. But at this point, right, could we be expecting price to give us this steep of a pullback to then go back up? It's very unlikely. I'm gonna go phone call? Why? right? It's very, very unlikely. Could it happen? Yes. But at this point, guys, I am going to call it there. And I'm going to... We'll be back tonight for the isolation session, guys. Any questions, anything you guys want to ask, anything you guys want me to go over before we go off, let me know. If not, we'll see you guys again tonight for the isolation session at 7 p.m. on X and on Twitter. Alright, bro. See you later. Alright, my brother. Appreciate you being here, Muhammad, as always. It was a pretty good Monday, though. Usually Mondays are slow, but you know, today was more of a London session. A lot of trades happened during London session for sure. So we should be good for the rest of this week. There's really no news either for us. Not a lot of news going on this week, so it should be a pretty calm rest of the week for us. Alright, guys. See you guys tonight. Peace out.